Hello, everybody. Listen, here's the thing. We got some things, okay? We've got some stuff going on. We got Argylle came out. We got some headlines. Box office. There's apparently a new Jurassic World. We're going to talk about that again. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. And we're starting this episode different. We're trying something new. This is something called the Casper Slide Part 2 because this time we're going to get funky. Because this is the Hopefully Awesome Show. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are
Hopefully Awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And yeah, today's geeky thing is the Hopefully Awesome Show, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I chit chat about all the nerdy awesomeness from the previous week. Usually give a little bit of a review, give a little something. I don't know, I got nothing. Like I said, we're trying something really different. And we haven't quite nailed it down. But yeah, so we're here. And yeah, Maggie, how, oh, that's right. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, like these fine folks did, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome where you can get exclusive content, get your name on the board, get you all kinds of fun stuff. Exclusive content. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, or you can join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome and get access to things as well. Maggie, how are you?
Important fact of the day on February 5th. It's
day...
Matt's birthday.
Oh,
Eric
gosh.
and Shawnee's already told you happy birthday.
Oh, Lord. Oh, you don't have to do that. You don't. Oh,
also,
sorry, that was me.
Coolest discovery for his birthday, too. Somebody had gotten me a gift card to DoorDash. Turns out we have one of the restaurants that's the front for the Mr. Beast burgers.
It's true.
And it's crazy. We got it for dinner. It was pretty
Maggie
good.
got me Beast Burgers. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up chat. Wow. Well, it's called Beast Burger.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
His name's Kyle.
Like I said, I was trying to pull up chat and it started playing an ad. No, we got Beast Burger. And I gotta say, that's one damn good burger.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Although the seasoning on the fries.
Yes, the fries. I was afraid they were gonna be a little spicy, but they weren't. They were perfect.
It's Old Bay, but they took something out.
Bay. Come on, Bay.
But yeah.
Oh, Bay. Don't you know me, Bay?
Jariana's his Merry Birthmas, Matt.
Thank you.
Yes, you've been blessed.
Does anybody get that?
Well,
oh, Bay!
I do, but I'm not going to say anything about it because I'm not going down that road.
All magic comes at a price.
We have tried 3 times to watch that.
Yeah, but we get closer to Elsa every time.
Feliz Navidad, Matt.
Hey, thanks, everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Honestly. I came home after work. We ate some Beast Burger, and Viv wanted to hang out. She actually sat down and watched half a movie.
Yeah,
which is more than she usually does.
That's a good job for a 3-year-old.
We watched Inside Out, and I bawled.
Yeah,
I mean, not
here.
Not
I
really,
am. I'm
but...
holding Henry, and then there's Viv, and I'm just like,
because Riley, especially as a baby, looks exactly like Viv. It's like it hurts.
Yes.
And when she's growing up and stuff, and it's sad. Hey, but you know what isn't sad?
Box office.
It's time for the news.
Good news, everyone.
All right, everybody. This is where we separate.
Eric meant to say Feliz Cumpleaños.
Ah,
that means happy birthday.
Thank you. I did need that.
I know. I was gonna help.
So wait, Feliz
means happy.
So it's Happy Christmas?
Pretty much. I mean, that's what they say over in Britain is Happy Christmas.
Oh, there we go.
Happy, Merry.
Well, it's just the song says, "I want to wish you a Merry Christmas."
Well, I mean, happy and merry are basically mean the same thing.
Well, listen, I once knew a Mary.
Oh God.
And Jon Favreau plays a Happy, so think about it.
And also, Jeriana knows what show you was talking about. She said, I love Once Upon a Time.
See, Maggie?
That's a hard watch for me, Jeriana.
Maggie, you just haven't fell in love with Captain Hook yet, all right?
Oh, we have seen Inside Out, Eric. We have. It's just, we was just sitting down to watch it because our little girl watched a little bit of it the other night, and she saw Raleigh
when she's dancing,
as a little baby, when she's a little baby, being a goofball.
Yeah.
And Viv was dancing like that on the couch throughout the day. So, yeah, we decided to sit down and watch that and become depressed.
I had not seen Inside Out since theaters. I went and watched it, and I liked it a lot. I just hadn't watched it since then.
Yeah. Can't wait for the second one, though.
Oh, I know. Well, see, and the fact that Viv was paying so much attention to this one, like, I think we could actually take her to that one.
I hope.
Like, she does good when the movies are like dumb, silly. Like not that nothing against, like, not saying anything's bad, but like obviously she did good in Paw Patrol.
Yeah, well, it's something that it's on her level in a way.
And like she did good in what was that one? The Ducks.
No, Migration, yeah.
And like
that was cute.
Yeah, and like, you know, those they keep a faster pace, whereas Pixar likes to, you know, take their time a little bit sometimes, which is good. Don't get me wrong, I love Pixar. I think they make fantastic movies. But you know, I mean, sometimes their movie, like, I don't think she watched the movie Soul. You know, like I don't think she would like that much. Even something like The Incredibles, I feel like would be a little too subtle.
I always forget how much Amy Poehler is
Joy.
Leslie Knope.
Oh yeah, she is just Leslie Knope. Honestly, fantastic cast. I can't wait to watch it. But we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that. But you know what? We don't have to wait long for this weekend's box office. That's right, everybody. Number one this weekend, a new entry. That's right. Mean Girls and Beekeeper getting taken down a peg or two.
And Wonka.
And, well, not as much as you'd think. So, Argylle opened up to... Sorry, I didn't show you it all. There you go. Opened up to $18 million.
Oh, man.
Domestic worldwide gross is 35.3. Now, I have some numbers to give some clarity to that. So, apparently the budget was $200 million. And according to different sources, including like where Apple bought it and like where they had to partner with Universal to release it out in theaters, and I guess like marketing, maybe some other things, the book probably, they'd have to make $500 million to break even on this movie.
Dang.
Yeah. So not even like our typical where it's like, you know, they just have to double the money to be considered a success. Like, they have to more than double their money just to break even. So, like...
Dang.
But that's the thing is, like, Apple's kind of doing this a lot. Like, Napoleon, I feel like, didn't get its budget at all.
No, it didn't.
And Killers of the Flower Moon, which did great.
It did great, but it didn't.
It didn't make all of its money back, you know. I think Apple just likes to have...
spent too much money on that CGI cat.
No. I think Apple just likes to have, like, prestige movies.
Yeah.
But I think what they're going to start paying more attention is their number of box office flops. And that could be something that leads them to try and do something a little different.
Yeah. I was thinking about it whenever it popped up. It's an Apple film. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which, don't get me wrong, I really liked it.
I mean, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it later. We'll get into it.
But yeah, so $200 million just to make its money back would have to make $500 million. For context, Matthew Vaughn's previous films' domestic box office opening weekends. Okay, so these are the domestic numbers. I don't have the worldwide numbers. So these will be in comparison to the $18 million that Argylle did. Okay. So, Stardust opened in 2007. I did not realize that was a Matthew Vaughn movie.
Yeah, somebody's like, I was seeing all the comments about Argylle during the weekend. And somebody says Stardust was like one of their favorite Matthew Vaughn films. And I'm like, I have no clue what Stardust is.
Was it on the poll that I put up for all favorite Matthew Vaughn movies on youtube.com/hopefully awesome? Oh, okay, it wasn't. It opened to 9.1 million. Kick-Ass opened in 2010 with, or I'm sorry, 2010 with 19.8 million. X-Men First Class opened in 2011 with 55 million.
Oh God, I forgot he did that.
Yeah, which granted, keep in mind that's X-Men, so I mean, of course, it gets
it's going to be
bump.
yeah.
Kingsman opened in 2015 with 36 million. Kingsman 2 in 2017 with 39 million. And The King's Man opened in 2021 with 5.9 million, which keep in mind, 2021.
Yucky words.
Exactly. So it's pretty much right in line with where Kick-Ass is. I don't know why it necessarily like fell so much from like the Kingsman franchise. Like, I mean, I guess maybe just the stars in that. But I mean, this had Henry Cavill. Not that I don't know if I
it
put
had
him on the same
great
level.
cast.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it is kind of surprising that it's been like so far removed. Like, I mean, the Kingsman movies did double the amount.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, to me, I feel like they're similar.
Yeah.
Like similar audiences would go watch Kick-Ass, Kingsman.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just surprised it had that big of a drop.
Well, from what I could tell, like I'm not gonna say anything because we can talk about that later.
Oh, about the movies?
Yeah.
Okay. The movies.
Caitlin in chat says, Merry Birthmas, Matt.
Thank you.
And Eric says, I'm taking parenting notes 3 and up to take your kids to theater.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'll
just
be
go
honest.
to test the waters.
We took Viv to watch Mario.
Yes.
And that was before
on her birthday.
No, that was a different movie on her birthday.
Oh, we took her to see Elemental. That's right. My bad.
We took her to Mario before she turned 3.
Yeah.
Was it the right call? No. She was too young.
Oh God, she was everywhere.
But I couldn't pass up the opportunity of letting her be able to say that her first movie was Mario.
Yeah.
We did also, however, let her take her to go watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That too was not.
That was rough.
Yeah. Honestly, the first time she did decent was Paw Patrol. Like Elemental, she did okay in Elemental. She did better than she had done in the previous 2, but she was still just very much like wanting to get up and do stuff. What we found, sorry everybody, we're taking a detour to Parent Town 101. But what we found that's really helpful is, one, obviously we take her to an early show.
Yes.
The less people that are there, the better. We feel less, not obviously we don't let her like run around and do a bunch of shit, but we feel less worried about like, hey, it's opening night for a Marvel movie. Like everybody's here trying to pay attention and we have a screaming 3-year-old, right? Like we try to be considerate of that.
Yeah.
However, if you're at a kids movie, I feel like you kind of forfeit your ability to complain about kids being there, you know? Like at Trolls 3. You can't really complain for that, you know?
Was it that one that she was up dancing to the music at the end? And,
other kids started doing it
too.
But so where we go, AMC theater. So there's like when you first walk in, there's like where like wheelchairs,
the handicap.
Yeah. And then there's bars, and then like you go up one step, and then there's a row of seats. We find that if we go there, that she can then get up from her seat and like stand at the bars and be able to like move back and forth between the two, and she doesn't get like too restless. Whereas when we try and go like, where we typically would sit, she's wanting to go like up and down the aisles and messing with people and stuff, and so we try to avoid all that. So and again, we go to and like also, literally like the earliest Wednesday at 11 a.m.
Yes.
Like, just the worst times.
Yeah. And also she loves M&Ms, so
yes. And the rapper, she's a big Slim Shady fan.
And also she loves ices. Oh, wait. Wow, Matt.
Wrong button. Sorry about
that. Eric says, heck yeah, Argylle, them mean girls can go get a beekeeper job so they could keep Wonka bars. Good job, Eric.
I love it.
And Caitlin says she loves Kingsman.
See, we still need to watch Kingsman.
Yes.
We've owned
We have
Kingsman.
not watched it.
Both or all three. Well, we owned the first two for several years now.
Yes.
And then we bought the Kingsman just I think a couple weekends ago because it was $4.99, and we haven't watched them yet. And so we're gonna watch them. We just haven't done it yet. And we are more likely to watch it now because we really enjoyed Argylle. Like, I mean, again, we'll get into it, but you know, it was a fun time. So speaking of fun times, at number 2. New to the box office. This one's awkward.
Sorry.
No, I'm telling you, this one's awkward. You don't have to apologize. Just taking care of Henry. It is called The Chosen, Season 4, Episodes 1 through 3. And it made $6 million, a total of $7.4 million. So I think it had opened maybe on Wednesday. It's a Fathom Events thing, and so it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a show about Jesus. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Did I look into it? No, not really.
In the words of our 3-year-old, hallelujah.
Oh my God. Shit. But we didn't even tell her about that. She just said it.
Well, I was saying hallelujah. She went, hallelujah.
But yeah, so The Chosen, Season 4, Episodes 1 through 3. I guess they had a special premiere, and it made $6 million at the box office, which is just weird.
No, like, Caitlin, we haven't watched them, and Eric says my father loves that TV show.
Hey, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's awesome. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I mean,
we have no clue.
It's made $6 million. So I mean, oh wait. I think I remember this.
Halt.
I think my brother Billy was talking about this because, like, I want to say, and I don't want to get too into stuff. Fuck it. If you know, I can get the hell out of here. But like, I guess like some people had gotten up in arms because. On the set, like there was a behind the scenes photo or something, and like one of the crew members had like a rainbow flag, right? Mm-hmm. And so like a lot of people started apparently giving them shit.
Yeah.
And the showrunner was like, "Hey, this show's about Jesus, about spreading love,
yes, love.
And you know what you're doing right now is just shows how fucking stupid you are." He didn't say that. Those are my words. Those are my words, right?
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think I actually have respect for this show. I've never watched it. What's up?
Whoa.
It's not Jim Caviezel.
No, I'm not going to read anything. What I just saw.
Spoiler alert, he dies. But he comes back. That's the other spoiler.
You get... That's what I was about to say, Eric. This is The Chosen. I think it's based on a book. I heard the book is pretty good.
I will say I do think there is an actual book called The Chosen. Like, not the Bible.
No. He put laughing face, so...
It is funny, though. So,
right,
yeah.
Moving on.
Number 3, dropping from the number 1 slot, The Beekeeper. Beads?
Beads?
The Bead Keeper.
Should the guy? Should the guy?
No. What's his name? Barkley.
Charles Barkley?
No.
Oh, no. Who are you talking about?
Barky Blark.
Clarky Bark?
Barky Bark. Yeah, that guy.
Clark.
We still haven't looked into it. Wow. Still haven't looked into it. This has been what, like...
About a month going.
And like for no reason. Like the Beekeeper has nothing to do with the rest of development. It's just because it says the word bee in it. We are simple. Like that's why.
Oh Lord.
All right. Anyway, the Beekeeper made an additional $5.2 million, bring its domestic gross to $49.4 million, and its worldwide gross to $109.4 million.
Good job, Jason Statham.
I will say, as soon as it hits digital, I'm gonna watch it. You can rent it right now.
Yeah.
For $19.99. I'm not about to spend $20 all in one time. If I ain't gonna spend $19.89 on Taylor Swift's concert film, sure as hell ain't gonna spend $19.99 on Jason Statham's biology movie. All right. Get out of here, biatch.
Hey, look. Burt's Bees.
Go to hell, Maggie.
Dang. I got told off.
At number 4, dropping from number 3, Wonka. Well, there's chocolate. And there's chocolate. But only Wonka chocolate makes your hair skyrocket it.
It made 4.7 million more, and now it's made 201 million domestic and 571.7 million worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Back in time.
Good job, Wonka.
Let's see here. Number 5, dropping from number 4, Migration, still in the top 10.
Hey,
Just wild to me. That just shows how little movies have come out over the past month.
but it's still a cute movie to take kids to.
Yeah. It made 4.1 million.
Matt hated it.
I liked the duck movie. I love Kumail Nanjiani.
Quack-
I thought it was
movie.
good. The Quack Attack is back, Jack. 4.1 million, bringing its domestic gross to 106 million, and its worldwide gross to $221.8 million. At number 6, now here's some confusion.
Oh, God.
Because this is how the numbers had it listed. It had this movie listed at number 1, but last week I know for certain we put it at number 2. So I don't know which is right. So I'm going to say Beekeeper was number 1 last week because that's how we reported it.
I'm pretty certain you're right.
But for some reason they were listing that as number 1 last week. So anyway, at number 6, dropping from the number 2 slot, Mean Girls made an additional 4 million, bringing its domestic gross to 66.3 million and its worldwide gross to $92.6 million. And number 7, dropping from number 5, Anyone But You made an additional 3.5 million. It has now grossed 76.2 million domestic and $151.7 million worldwide.
Wow.
Officially passed 150 million on a budget of $25 million.
It did it. Eric, it did it.
What'd it do?
Anyone But You, it survived. Like, it's made it back.
Dude, it's made, 6 times its budget?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's a resounding success.
Yes.
All right? Like, by any metrics, like, that's Five Nights at Freddy's numbers that it's put up, okay?
That's scary. That's scary.
What makes me happy is that, maybe this means we can get more, like, mid-level rom-coms,
Yeah.
Not everything has to be fucking $100 million and has to make $1 billion,
And not everything should be based off of an IP.
And not everything has to also only cost, like, $10,000 and make $40 million to be considered a success, Like, let's give, like, a decent budget, make some fun movies again,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Let's make some fun, dumb movies.
Speaking of, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It kind of does. Echo, apparently the budget for the entire series of Echo was only $40 million. Yeah.
Wow.
One of the better shows. Like, I want to say Secret Invasion costs, like, $200 million or some shit. Like,
Well, I
some
mean,
bizarre shit.
if you think about it, there wasn't really a whole lot of computer stuff. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying is, like, Marvel needs to pay the hell attention to themselves.
Eric says one word, Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, you're not wrong, Eric. But also that dude.
Yeah, that dude.
I mean, he's that dude,
Yeah, he's toned.
That guy. I bet he's in the next Top Gun, and I bet he ends up being a good guy.
Yeah, that is right. He's from,
I bet he's like the new Iceman.
I thought he was the new Iceman.
Well, I mean, he was, but I feel like he didn't ultimately do too much. Like as the movie, spoilers for Top Gun Maverick, like the most of it, like the ending is about Tom Cruise, Maverick, and
dare
what
you.
Turkey? What the hell is Goose's son's name? Chicken? Rooster, right? And it's about them two together. So like you didn't really get the Maverick Iceman dynamics, even though the new Iceman kind of helped, like in that last run, doing the Death Star run. It was straight up the Death Star run. Just so everyone's clear. It was straight up the Death Star run from A New Hope, okay? Like, that's why Maverick was good, because it was just Star Wars. They just stripped out all the stars. That wasn't a fucking joke.
I just like how you said they just stripped out all the stars.
They did. And added a new one called Tom Cruise. All right, number 8, dropping or up from the number 10 slot. American Fiction brings in another 2.3 million, bringing its domestic gross to 15 million. At number 9, dropping from number 7, Poor Things brought in an additional 2.1 million, bringing its domestic total to 28 million and worldwide gross to 68.2 million. That's about how I feel about Poor Things. And number 10, dropping from the number 8 slot, Aquaman 2 at an additional $2 million, bringing its domestic gross to 120.7 million and worldwide gross to $423.4 million. A far cry from the $1 billion the first one did.
$1 billion.
Via discussing film, Godzilla Minus One has officially ended its theatrical run as of February 2nd. After only being planned to be in theaters for 1 week, it has now grossed over $100 million worldwide, got an Oscar nomination, and is the 3rd biggest non-English language film ever in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was only supposed to be out for 1 week, and it stayed in for like almost 3 months. Good job. Godzilla Minus One.
Movie of the
We
year.
salute you. Was it our number 1?
I don't know. I
No,
think
Barbie.
was.
Barbie.
But
I feel like it had to be like top 2. I feel like it was either
I'm
number 2 or
pretty
number
certain.
3. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain.
Next week's releases, this is something we're going to start doing going forward. So, coming out this weekend, we have 3 movies that are hitting wide release this weekend. We've got Lisa Frankenstein.
Whoop whoop.
We've got Turning Red is being re-released.
Oh yeah. I saw the commercial.
Yeah, just for a limited amount of time. I believe. And it ends with Us, which I have not really heard about. So Maggie, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Lisa Frankenstein while I look up It Ends With Us.
Well, I just think it's funny that Eric says, I'm waiting on Lisa Frankenstein. Maggie, Matt, how well do you think it will do? Will it be number 1? Let's take a vote.
That's literally what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the new thing. We're going to start betting on it.
I'm really hoping it's number 1 because of the director. If anybody doesn't know, it's Zelda Williams, Robin Williams' daughter. I really hope it does very well. I don't know if this is the first movie she's directed or anything. I don't know anything about that. Excuse me, but Lisa Frankenstein's a nice twist on the story Frankenstein.
It's not really about Frankenstein, right?
Well, I mean, she brings
she doesn't like build a dude.
No, she didn't, but she's basically, from what I can gather from the trailer, that she visits the same grave every day.
Yes.
And it's a guy, and she somehow brings him back.
They pull a Friday the 13th part 7.
Yeah.
Do you even know what the hell I'm talking about?
Sorry. Our child was crying, making weird sounds.
I think it's part 7. Like, dude puts like a steel beam or something. I think it's a shovel. Maybe it's a shovel. I think they dig up the grave of Jason to make sure he's actually in there because they didn't believe it.
Wow.
And then like he's like, fuck it, he's here. He's dead. And like he throws the shovel down, right? Then lightning strikes the shovel and brings Jason back to life. He's like, son of a bitch. Like, that's basically what
covered
happens.
the grave back up, taking the shovel. But I know, plot.
Yeah, and then he hops on a boat and goes to fucking Manhattan. There's Maggie, literally a cruise ship, a full-size cruise ship
up in
goes through Crystal Lake. All right? Crystal Lake. Yeah. A cruise ship. The hell were they smoking, man?
And also, not only Zelda Williams is the draw for Lisa Frankenstein, also, hello, Cole Sprouse.
Hello, Megan. Sorry,
and also the girl, the actress that plays Lisa. Mm-hmm. I can't think of her name, but she's been in a lot of stuff.
Does that have anything to do with Lisa Frank?
No.
Okay.
I kind of hope they do make that.
It'd be fun. So I think this is it. This says it's expected out June 21st, 2024. But it ends with us.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Lily believes she's found true love with Riley, but when a painful incident triggers past trauma, she must decide if love alone can carry her marriage through. However, things are complicated when her first love returns to her life.
Ooh, this sounds like a Nicholas Sparks movie.
This is a Blake Lively starring and Brandon Sklanner. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and they're making
Blake Lively.
That one Paul Feig movie with Blake Lively and
A Simple Favor.
Yeah, they're making a second one.
Wait, I still haven't watched the first one.
They started filming it.
I always wanted to watch the first one, just never got around
we
to
own it.
I know we do. The amount of movies we own.
The digital
that I have
library that we have.
It's stupid.
So
there
stupid.
I was trying to get my stuff back up. There we go. Okay. So, Maggie, now that we have a little bit of context, where do you think these movies will open up?
I'm hoping Lisa Frankenstein at least number 1 or 2.
Do you really think Lisa Frankenstein has that behind it? That going behind it?
I don't know.
I don't either.
It has the Sprouse brother in it.
Like, don't get me wrong. It could be like a Fault in Our Stars, right?
True.
Like, it could do huge numbers. I hope it does.
I hope it does too.
It
seems like fun.
I think the thing it's got going for it, in my opinion, is Argylle is probably going to drop a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see Lisa Frankenstein taking the number 1 spot, but not because it makes like a ton of money.
But because it can make more money than Argylle.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But then Turning Red, I don't know.
Turning Red will do decent, but they also like re-released Soul, and like that didn't even
come
make the top 10.
Up, yeah.
So I think it'll do okay.
Yeah.
I could see. Let's see here. I think it ends with us. Considering like it's only Blake Lively, it is based off a book. I don't know how popular the novel is, but I would say this is my prediction. This is my prediction for next week's box office. I'm going to say number 1 will be Lisa Frankenstein. Number 2 will be The Beekeeper. Yeah. I'm going to say number 2's I'm going to say number 2's Beekeeper.
Okay.
Number 3 is Argylle.
Okay.
Number 4 will be that movie I just mentioned. It Ends With Us.
Yes.
Yeah. And number 5 will be Wonka. I think that's the top 5.
Okay.
What do you think? Top 5?
No, I agree.
You think it's right there?
Yeah.
You think Beekeeper's going to be number 2?
I could see that because it's been hanging in there for a while.
It really has. Like
and
I've
heard it's really good.
Yeah. But do you think Argylle will make less? Like this week, Beekeeper made $5.2 million.
Do you
think Argylle?
I don't know.
Which Argylle may have stole some of its audience.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, it's not like Beekeeper's gonna come back with a vengeance or anything. You know?
Yeah. I don't know.
If Argylle does like $4 million next weekend, that sucks.
Well, I know a lot of people like us that, realize the tone of the movie and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people were commenting saying, hey, you just gotta go in knowing it's a Matthew Vaughn.
I think, okay, I'd like to re-amend my list.
Okay.
I think it's still gonna be Lisa Frankenstein number 1.
Yeah.
I think Argylle's gonna be number 2. Because I think even if Argylle drops 50%, like if it drops 50%, that's still $9 million.
Yeah.
I don't see Beekeeper getting back up to $9 million.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say number 1 next weekend will be Lisa Frankenstein. Number 2 will be Argylle. Number 3 will be The Beekeeper. Number 4 will be It Ends With Us.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called. Number 5 will be Wonka. That is what I'm saying.
Eric says that A Simple Favor is a great movie. And he also says for some reason Lisa Frankenstein reminds him of Warm Bodies.
Yeah, I can see that.
I agree, but then it also has that tone of
that movie
Heathers from the 80s with Winona Ryder and Christian Slater. I think that's right.
It kind of reminds me of Renfield.
Run.
It kind of reminds me of that.
Kind of, but it's got that 80s feel to it, just the way she dresses in it and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's set in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen that one trailer we watched.
Yeah.
And it looked good enough that I was like, okay, I'm good. You know. Now, what's really going to be fun is seeing how Madam Web pumpkin bombs the shit out of the box office. And, like, I don't know what it's going to do. Like, I think everyone is just going to hurt.
I'm dreading it.
Like, I don't think it's going to do great. Honestly, I bet Madam Web ends up being fun. I bet it ends up being, like, a fine movie. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I definitely think it'll be higher than both Morbius and Venoms. Like, I think that it'll easily be better than those.
Eric agrees with us. He said number 1, Lisa Frankenstein. Number 2, Argylle.
Nice.
All right.
I love it.
Cool.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Of course, next week we'll reconvene and see where we landed. So, now, let's get into the headlines. That's right, everybody. We don't have a ton of like full stories this week. We've just got some headlines we want to kind of touch on. So first up, under new dates, we've got a 2-part Steve Martin documentary entitled Steve. Premieres on March 29th on Apple TV Plus.
So are they going to use the monkey from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs that says Steve the whole entire time? Steve?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Here's the thing, Maggie. I bought Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
And I watched it.
Yeah.
I bought the DVD of it from Dollar General that came with a free umbrella.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy at church that said his girlfriend would love the umbrella, and is it cool if he gave it to her? And I said, I guess. And then he did. Yep. And that guy ended up being a huge piece of shit.
It could be anybody. That could be anybody.
I mean, like, this fuck had money. Like, he could have went to Dollar General and got the $3 DVD.
I
like
would
I
have
did,
told him that. Be like, no, you go to Dollar General and get your own Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs DVD with a umbrella.
I didn't care, you know. But now I wish I would have kept it because you would have liked it.
Yeah, I would have loved it.
I know. And it had like it
Phil
was
Lord.
like it was clear and it had meatballs on it. I know.
What?
It was a great umbrella. I'm sorry.
Pass Matt, you suck.
Past Matt was trying to get these youths saved, Maggie. All right? He's trying to save their fucking souls.
Wow. Apologies, anyway. Apologies. Oh, boy.
Hey, it's my birthday.
You can cry if you want to.
I can commit sacrilege if I want to, okay? Anyway. No, okay. This is on a more serious note.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, Carl Weathers passed away this past week at the age of 76. There was a statement released from his family saying, "We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of Carl Weathers. He died peacefully in his sleep. Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life. Through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports, he has left an indelible mark."
Hold on. I'm trying to find where he is at.
You're fine. There. Indelible?
Yeah.
Indelible mark, and is recognized worldwide across generations. He was a beloved brother, father, grandfather, partner, and friend. Sucks.
Yeah, it does. Really hated it. Because, like, wherever you sent me that screenshot, like, on my watch,
Yeah.
I was like, who is that? And I was like, either it's somebody that's passed away or something big's happening.
Yeah.
And then I saw who it was, and my brother was here when you said that. And I went, no. And he's like, what's wrong? I said, Carl Weathers just passed away. He's like, oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
He said, all my heroes are passing away.
That's what happens when you're old.
Yeah.
Tell him I said that.
I told him, well, I said, we started, like what all Carl Weathers was in and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, here's my next question. Is Tom Cruise immortal?
He might be. The day Tom Cruise dies will be the day that his head explodes in space. Like, I think that's how he goes out, all right? He's doing a stunt.
No, it's going to be the worst thing ever in space.
What do you mean?
He loses the cord, the tether,
and he just flies into space.
Flies off into space.
So
we
never see him die.
Yeah.
So maybe he just lives forever.
Yeah.
Could be. But as far as Carl Weathers go, of course, I think probably my earliest memory with Carl, it says OBS is disconnected. So
it's done this before. It'll reconnect. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, so was watching it. I think there was like one old lady in there also, and we were like dying. We loved it. Right?
Yeah.
And then of course Predator. I loved Predator growing up.
Yeah.
I probably watched it way too soon as a kid, but I just remember that, like of course, that the most powerful handshake in history. I mean,
those beautiful triceps.
I love it.
Probably my earliest is Happy Gilmore.
I got his head.
And you know what? It's crazy for me because whenever you sent me that picture of him from Happy Gilmore,
yeah,
I just then put the 2 and 2 together.
That was him.
That was him.
Yeah.
Loved him in The Mandalorian.
Yes. Honestly, that was. I'm really glad he got to be such a big part of that.
Oh yeah.
Like that was awesome.
Yeah, I loved him in it, and whenever we watched Predator, like it was my first time watching it.
Yeah.
And like that's the handshake. I mean, iconic.
Yeah. I mean, for real.
He got these big old guns.
You son of a bitch. And of course, who can forget? I mean, probably what I quote the most of him is Arrested Development.
Oh yeah.
What, you ain't gonna throw that chicken bone away, are you? You get that, a pot of water, you got yourself a stew going.
I saw a clip of from Arrested Development. He's talking to crud, Liza Minnelli. What?
Lucille.
Oh, Lucille too. And Buster's standing there like, well, what's happening, And Lucille too's like, I made some ham. Do you like ham? And he's like, oh, I don't like ham. I love ham. And like, it was so fun because I was just scrolling randomly on Instagram one day, and I was like, oh my God, Carl Weathers is on Arrested. Like,
it all connected. Yeah.
Left my brain because it's been so long since I watched Arrested Development. Yeah. But I hate that we lost somebody that was like that iconic.
I think what's funny is that we've gone this whole segment and have yet to mention Rocky, like Apollo Creed. Like neither one of us have brought that up.
Well, it just now hit my head. I was like, oh yeah, he's Apollo.
And like one would argue, like I could see like a different audience, maybe like even me from a different era being like, oh, that's the only thing he's known for,
Yeah, but we're remembering him for his comedic.
Yeah, well, I mean, from several things, and like I think the fact that that we can kind of pick that out just shows how much of a talent he was.
Yes, and
like the people that shared stuff. I don't know if you saw Adam Sandler posted.
Yeah. Oh my
it.
God.
And like what's his name? Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
He posted something about it. And it's just like, there's all these like really cool people. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold did.
And like just all these people that like, he was just a solid dude from, every time he was around.
Sylvester Stallone did too.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that he had that kind of range.
Yeah. Seriously. And like, you wouldn't think it just watching him, like, even in Mandalorian, like you wouldn't necessarily, the first thing you think of is not, wow, this guy's got range.
Yeah.
But then when you really take a step back, it's like, no, he really could do a lot. Like he could be a lot of different things. He
could be serious. He could be a tough guy. He could be hilarious.
He could be lovable. You know? Like, I mean, just him as Chubbs. Like, I just remember like with his big sweater.
I have my hand back.
With Abraham Lincoln.
In the alley.
Oh man.
Oh Lord.
But yeah.
In chat, Eric says it's sad it's sad about his passing. He was going to make an appearance at the Richmond Comic Con. Rest in peace, good sir.
Oh, that does suck. Man.
But yeah.
Well, this one is for you, Mr. Weathers. We will remember you fondly.
We're all gonna die.
All right.
Rat Trap's not the right person for that, man.
Via the Grammys, Billie Eilish's What Was I Made For won the Song of the Year.
Woo!
Beating out
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. No, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, did it win Song of the Year? Or, oh, we've got a phone call coming in. Here, let me...
I was supposed to say, you better...
Hello, you are live with Matt and Maggie.
Hello, hi, this is Eric.
Hey, Eric. I made sure to keep things muted for you.
You did, man. Thank you.
So what's up, man?
I was gonna go with not much. I was gonna go with a "Hi, I'm Steve" joke, but then Carl's weather segment came in. I was like, oh, bad timing.
You're fine. One thing we're known for is
God.
making very inappropriate jokes at the wrong time, so it's totally fine.
Yeah.
That's what the show is entertaining. But I was just calling to wish you a happy birthday, personally. So.
Oh, thank you,
birthday,
Eric.
buddy.
I appreciate that,
sweet.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was gonna tell you, I checked our PO box. Like, they send us an email every day and being like, hey, here's stuff, and like there hasn't, like, nothing's popped up yet. So just so you know, like, I probably could go there and it probably is there, but they didn't alert me yet, so I didn't get to make it in there today. So just so you know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, because I got a message saying, "Oh, it's in the locker." So like, okay.
Okay. Then I definitely need to go.
Saturday,
Our post
Yeah.
office is stupid sometimes, man. So like, I'm just gonna start trusting you more than the U.S. government. I probably should have done that a long time ago.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
But no, I really appreciate you, man. That's very kind of you, sir.
No problem. All right, thanks, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Have a good
night,
one.
and I'm gonna go back to the show. Thanks.
All right, see you, man.
Good night. Bye.
Oh no, is Henry okay?
I'm so sorry, guys.
He's getting to be a little chunky, in a good way.
In a good way. He's
Like,
supposed to gain weight.
Yeah, we're not knocking the baby. I'm just saying
Look at that.
he's getting to be a little chunky.
Chunky. He's my butterball.
Like
Oh, now he's
like
out.
a turkey. Now he's going to sleep.
Look at that.
He just wanted to be held. I make that same face and that same hair. All right, let's
That
get
same
back.
hair?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I thought it'd be funny. All right.
Oh, don't make that face. There you go.
What are we talking about? What was it made for? So it made Song of the Year,
Yeah.
not just for film. I think it won movie song, but it
think
also
you're right.
won Song of the Year, I believe. I believe it won
Yeah.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
And Taylor Swift won Album of the Year. Yeah.
And then Miley Cyrus won her first Grammy last night for her song "Flowers,"
That's cool.
and she performed it. Man alive, that was
Was it
great. Yes.
I gave myself flowers.
Yeah, she's like, "You all know the words to this song. Sing along."
What did that? Somebody mixed that with something. Was it the theme song to Golden Girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Oh.
Also, I think Taylor Swift, this was like her fourth.
Yes, it's her fourth.
And so
and-
she's like the highest record.
Yeah, and it was presented by Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
And Celine Dion hasn't been out and about because she's got I can't remember what the name of it is, but she's got a disease.
Oh, that sucks.
And a lot of rumors were spreading that she couldn't talk, she couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And she walked out with like holding on to somebody else's arm. But everybody was making a big deal how Taylor took the award out of her hands, but it was because because they wanted to be careful not to touch Celine Dion
Oh yeah.
because of her condition. And so everybody's thinking that Taylor Swift just like swapped it out of her hands real quick.
People need to lay the fuck off
I
Taylor
know.
Swift. Like,
Listen.
look, I'm not saying Taylor Swift is perfect or anything, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, can we just like not dissect every tiny little fucking thing she does? Like,
well, no, how about everybody in general?
Yeah.
And the music biz, actor, football, whatever.
like reading their lips and shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
like it's ridiculous. The things that make headlines on whatever. I'm just like, I am so over this. I'm over people
Yeah.
crapping on each other.
You know who I
cares?
blame for the state of the world?
Oh boy.
J.J. Abrams. I love J.J. Abrams. All right, don't get me wrong. I love J.J. Abrams. However, in 2004, he made a little show called Lost.
You blame Lost?
No, I don't blame Lost. I blame the marketing and the ARG that surrounded Lost and Cloverfield and The Dark Knight and all of these things, because people got really into like scouring the internet to find all these little clues and stuff. And then what happened? They stopped doing that, and so people filled that void with like fucking politics. I was gonna say specific things, but I'm not going to.
I went into a rabbit hole of people complaining about red dye being and stuff and what it does to you.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
I
was like, red dye's been around for a long time, guys.
I saw a whole thing about like apparently Taylor Swift is like a spy or some shit.
Yeah, she's a CIA agent.
Yeah, and like they've rigged the Super Bowl so that her and her boyfriend can like, I guess,
meet on the field and kiss after he wins the Super Bowl.
And then support Joe Biden. Like, that's the stupidest fucking thing. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's a reach. Like, I don't even watch football, like, at all.
No,
but
we
even
only
I
watch
know,
the Super Bowl for the commercials. And actually, musical act this year, I'm pretty excited about. Usher, yes.
But, like, even I know the Kansas City Chiefs. Have gone to the Super Bowl, like, 3 of the last 4 years or whatever.
Patrick Mahomes, baby.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think anybody's got to rig anything. And, like, I also don't think Taylor Swift, like, I'm getting way off topic
Yes,
here.
you are. We need to get back.
I'm just saying, like, here's the thing. If the government could make someone like Taylor Swift, why the hell would Joe Biden be the person that they have run for office? Okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, why make it hard on yourself? It's like, we can print gold, so let's print gold and then take it to the We Buy Gold stores to get cash.
Yeah.
You know? Like, no, you make gold. Like, you have money. Why are you doing this stupid extra step here? I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't think anybody's smart enough to do anything, so there we go.
Jerk the car steering wheel back onto the road.
Via discussing film. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Kevin
Feige.
because
I sent it to you.
That's right. That's right. You did. And I definitely didn't see it before you sent it to me.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Because it says via discussing film, so.
Well, via discussing film, Kevin Feige wore a Deadpool 3 cap at the Saturn Awards. The logo is half Deadpool, half Wolverine. And on the back of it, now this is from Eric Voss.
Okay.
So apparently there's a shot, somebody took a picture, it's very blurry. But on the back of it, it has the title of the movie. Okay? But it doesn't say Deadpool 3.
Mm.
You can tell it's something, but it's like it
Fall
says,
Fox.
like you see Deadpool, but like, so people are thinking that it's going to be called Deadpool and Wolverine.
I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially if the logo is that, like, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
God, I'm so excited for that movie.
I can't fucking wait. And apparently we're going to be getting a trailer.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Yeah. Which we'll talk. I've got a thing at the end of the headlines about Super Bowl commercials, so we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Let's go.
Via discussing film, Catherine O'Hara has been cast in The Last of Us Season 2. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know anything about The Last of Us plots. I know one thing. So I have no idea who Catherine O'Hara is playing.
I don't think they've announced it yet. Like, officially. Like, I know they officially announced her being cast,
Right,
but
right.
they didn't say
Her
who
role.
she was going to be.
Yeah. Which I think is great. Honestly, I can't freaking wait for
That was
Last
like
of
the
Us to get
number one
back.
question on the comments.
Who's she playing?
Who is she? Who's she going to be? I think she's going to be blah, blah, blah.
Honestly, like, I wouldn't mind, and I don't know, I'm sure gamers would, have my head for saying this. Like, I wouldn't mind if they, like, don't follow the games. Like, I mean, or at least just do their own version of it. Like The Walking Dead. Like, not a lot of people, like, there were people who were very happy that they, like, did not do it directly one-to-one to the comics.
Yeah.
Like, apparently when Michonne was introduced, like, way later than when they introduced Michonne in the show. And so, like, being able to put her into certain story arcs, like, it just changed the whole dynamic of certain things. So, like, if they wanted to do that with The Last of Us, like, here's the thing. The Last of Us fucking rocks. So, I mean, as long as they keep making a good story, I don't care what the fuck they tell.
They said it might be
2025.
Joel's
Sorry.
Joel's sister-in-law or something.
Okay.
But
I don't.
that's what some people
I
were
literally
guessing.
know nothing.
That's what.
Can't
some
wait to
people were
watch it
guessing.
though.
Anyways,
Via Sonic. Sonic 3 got a logo teaser. And
Tails.
it wasn't Tails. It was Shadow. It was Sonic with a gun.
I
All right?
know. I know.
And also was announced that Jim Carrey will come out of retirement
What?
to play Dr. Robotnik one more time. He's coming back.
I think the birthday party he had. I think he changed his mind. Being retired.
I mean, the fact that he was retired at all, like, I don't buy it. I think he was just like, I'm just gonna say this so people leave me alone for a few months,
Yeah.
Oh, and also I didn't put this in here, but it was announced that Christina Ritter,
Yeah.
is also going to be in Sonic 3.
Ooh.
They haven't announced who she is.
Love it.
I hope she plays Shadow.
No.
Which apparently,
Amy.
oh, that would be really
That'd
rad.
be really cool if they put Amy.
But apparently Hayden Christensen is supposed to be Shadow. That's the latest rumors. We'll see.
Yeah, we made a lot of quotes from Star Wars the last time we talked about that.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember
I don't
Jerry
remember
and
any
I.
of those. That's amazing. I'm excited. I don't know hardly anything about Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, so I mean, I know it's ridiculous. I know Sonic with guns is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. So like, I don't think they're gonna do that
Okay.
with the movie. Like, we might see him with like a laser gun or something, but Sonic or Shadow's not gonna be running around with like a fucking revolver. Okay, like, we're not gonna see that.
Come on, Matt.
No, this is a fucking kids movie.
I know,
all right?
Matt.
There's no way fucking Shadow pulls out a Glock.
God.
Fuck you, Sonic.
Can I do the next headline?
Like, if they didn't do, here's the thing: like, if Idris Elba didn't get to be hardcore as Knuckles,
Yeah.
Shadow's definitely not getting anything.
He's going to
like
be
that,
toned
okay?
down like 5 notches.
He's gonna be like, I hate sand. All right, next headline, Maggie. This one's for you.
Whoa. Excuse me. Did you want to announce it? Okay. Via discussing film Beetlejuice 2 is now officially titled Beetlejuice, and I just said it 3 times.
That means,
Beetlejuice is coming over.
oh shit. Oh, little Henry.
Eric says I rejoined the show and it's Tay talk time. Oh, Taylor.
Wow, Maggie.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm tired.
It's okay. Tay. Ta-ta for now. No, Beetlejuice is the name of Beetlejuice 2. It's an interesting name. Should I mute you for a minute?
Yes.
Or do you think? Or we're gonna mute it. Not that obviously we don't care that that he's crying on the stream. It's more just like for the audio for you all that you're not like shit. Like, is it gonna get loud? Let's see here. Next up, we got Universal's Epic Universe theme park was announced last week, and it will launch in Florida Everything okay? Dapper. Okay. Maggie will return shortly. I'm gonna wait for. Do you need me to hold him while you get up? Okay. I'm just gonna pause for a moment while Maggie makes her exit. All right, so via Universal's Epic Universe theme park, it will launch in Florida in 2025, and the following lands were announced: the Super Nintendo World, Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, Dark Universe, which is the Universal Monsters, and How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. I did a short after this was announced, and you can go check it out. They show some footage of what they're testing out and stuff, how it's gonna look. Honestly, it looks really cool. I mean, obviously Nintendo Land, Nintendo World, whatever the hell they're calling it, I'm down for that. Obviously, I was down for that before it was even gonna be in a new park. Especially there's been rumors that there's gonna be a Zelda Land, which could be really cool. But yeah, no. So I love going down to Disney World and stuff. So having another thing to go to, I probably won't be going to it anytime soon, because if it opens in 2025, that place is gonna be freaking bonkers for years. So I'll probably go in 2030 or something. We'll see. Also, speaking of shorts, and speaking of this Power Ranger shirt I got on, see that? Check that out. We've launched kind of a sister channel, I guess would be a way to put it. It's just a shorts channel, and it is all about Power Rangers. It's called Ranger Rewind, and yeah, we've been posting a short pretty much once a day. We're gonna try and do at least every weekday is the plan, but we'd like to actually get just one out every day, period. Obviously, with the baby and stuff, things, it gets a little up in the air sometimes. But all it is a recounting of every episode of Power Rangers, starting with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. And the first 3 shorts are out. They are 1 minute long, and each one covers an episode of Power Rangers. And I gotta say, it's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting, a totally different dynamic from what we do on Hopefully Awesome. And really just super, super laser focused on the one topic, as opposed to what we do here, where it's Smallville and VHS tapes and movie news and stuff like that. So if you are interested at all in Power Rangers, I would appreciate if you'd go check those out. Feel free to subscribe and all that stuff if you'd like to. But honestly, just watching the short helps a lot. So yeah, let us know what you think. They're like I said, they're very different. It's me writing it, but they're just stylized a lot different from what we normally do. So let me know what you think. Again, Ranger Rewind is the title. I believe if you just type in @Ranger Rewind, one word, it'll pop up. But yeah, you'll see it. Next story, via Vanity Fair, Donald Glover says he's too old to play Spider-Man, but he wouldn't be surprised if Sony wants him to play Prowler in the live-action Miles Morales movie. So this kind of came about, I think he was doing an interview, maybe for his Mr. and Mrs. Smith reboot or whatever that they did. But this came up, spoilers for any Spider-Man related content. Just gonna give you a couple seconds in case you haven't watched all the Spider-Man movies and stuff. All right. So Donald Glover appears as the Prowler in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It's just a brief little cameo. I don't think it's the same one from the Spider-Man Homecoming, where he possibly plays the same Prowler character. I think it's a different version, a different universe version of him. That's just my opinion. They haven't said one way or the other. But it does suck that he has gotten too old to play Miles Morales. I get it. Miles should be young, and Donald Glover, even though he's still a very young man, he's a little too old to play a teenager. That just sucks because that was kind of because of him, Miles Morales exists. The whole wanting him to play Peter Parker in the Amazing Spider-Man before they cast Andrew Garfield and stuff. and all that sparking online stuff. Like, it sucks that he's now, it's been so long that he's now playing the uncle of the character that he inspired, So I don't know. I'd be happy. Obviously, we're gonna get a live action Miles Morales movie at some point. If I was a bet man, I would say it'll be sooner rather than later. I mean, look at the Insomniac video games that they've done for the PS5, PS4, all the PlayStation consoles, rather. And I mean, across the Spider-Verse movies themselves are massive hits. Miles is on the Disney Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Like, he's gonna get a live action adaptation. It'll be sooner rather than later. And also, this kind of maybe goes along with it, maybe not. But freaking what's his name? Tom Holland posted like a couple hours before we went live that he's got a big announcement tomorrow. He posted it with like a video of him playing golf. Did you hear any of this? Tom Holland posted a video of him playing golf. And all it says is, I have a big announcement tomorrow. And like, people are speculating that it could be Spider-Man related. I mean, like, it could be.
Could be.
Oh. Could be Spider-Man related. I feel like he's got to know that, like, you don't just start being like, hey, I've got an announcement to make when people are waiting to know, like, when Spider-Man 4 happening, And like, it probably, if there is any play between Madam Web, like, it would make sense for them to kind of get in front of that before Madam Web comes out.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Who knows?
What do you think about Donald Glover playing a live action Prowler in a Miles Morales movie?
Do it.
Right? I was saying it sucks that he's now like too old to be Miles Morales. That he has to be the uncle of Miles Morales,
Yeah.
Because it's just been that long since the character was first introduced,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, like, I mean, obviously I'd want him on there.
Yes.
I mean, without a doubt.
I agree. Especially how he looked in the...
Across the Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse,
yes. Oh, he looked so good. So sick in that suit, yeah. Any comments or anything?
What, in chat? Or
Yeah.
Speaking of video game characters and movies, I need a Mega Man live action movie.
Oh my god.
Who can play Mega Man?
Chris Pratt. I'm joking.
Timmy Che. No, I'm joking.
No, Timothy Chalamet would not be a bad Mega Man, okay?
He wouldn't be.
Like, you gotta get kind of I feel like it's gotta be someone with like a smaller stature.
You're gonna laugh at this.
Dave Bautista.
No. The guy from SNL, Marcelo.
As Mega Man? Why?
I think he'd be good.
I mean, yeah.
I think he would be. At least he'd be a little bit funny about it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. That's so random. Like you could have given me 12
it's
guesses.
because I watched some of his stand-up stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, very early into this morning.
Honestly, I don't know many young Hollywood actors anymore.
Well, I mean...
I'm just not in that scene.
Yeah,
much,
well, we're watching a bunch of old shows right now, so that probably doesn't help.
Like, I would almost say Xolo Maridueña.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost say him, but I feel like Blue Beetle and Mega Man are way too similar. Just in style, obviously very different.
Different stories.
And they're both big blue power suits.
Yeah.
Eric
like, says, Matt, when you watch the replay, did you say drain your dragon?
Maybe.
Oh, boy.
Boink.
Of course, you caught that, Eric.
All I'm saying is Sydney Sweeney.
Eric said any of the Cobra Kai kids would be good for Mega Man.
Yeah.
Your mother.
Oh, that guy, the son, Ronnie. What the fuck's his name? I don't know what his name is. The main, Cobra Kai's son.
Oh wow.
I don't know his name. Reggie.
Yeah, not Reggie. Like Hawk. He says Hawk. That's the kid that has the hawk tattooed on the back of his back.
Wouldn't be bad.
It would be bad. I was thinking somebody just short. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, any of the Cobra Kai kids would be decent.
Yeah. I bet I mean, people would be so mad if they did this because, well, let me finish this thought. The bad girl,
Oh, Lord.
blonde bad girl,
Yeah,
she'd make a good Samus.
she would.
Yeah,
I could see
but people would be pissed because Brie Larson has been like begging to play Samus for like a decade now, and she would be a fantastic.
She
like
would
a
be.
fantastic Samus.
She would be. But
Nintendo,
Nintendo, man.
Nintendo do it?
Nintendo can't let go of some.
I feel like, listen, here's the thing. I feel like Mario and Link, like Zelda, are like the most obvious properties you go for first. But I feel like Metroid is a pretty easy next one, you know? Like, I think Zelda definitely comes next. But after that, like, I say do a Metroid movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it just lends itself to a cinematic style. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, you basically are doing aliens with superpowers. You know.
Eric said Johnny's kid's name is Matt.
How can I fucking forget his name was Matt?
Your mom said happy birthday to my baby boy
thanks.
Matt.
Thanks, Mom. The kid from Cobra Kai.
Eric also asked, what if he's promoting to Tom Holland? What if he's promoting the new Zendaya movie, the tennis one?
Zendaya is Michi. Wait, when is that coming out? That's not coming out for a while, is it? The one where
Dune.
the Dune is coming. But like the one where like she has a 2-way, 3-way with those two boys.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it got delayed till like summer, I want to say. I could be wrong. I think it's still delayed. Here, I'll look it up. Honestly, it's probably something like not that big of a deal if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Here we go. Zendaya movies. Challengers. Yeah, that's it. Challengers set for release on April 26th. April 26th. So,
Okay.
I bet here's my guess. He's probably in like a Super Bowl commercial for like Rolex.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably something stupid. And like this is a part of like when Snoop Dogg was like, I'm giving up smoke.
Yeah.
You know, like it's probably, you know.
That had nothing to do with what everybody thought.
I feel like Spider-Man is just worthy of more than just hey, I got a big announcement tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that's something Vin Diesel would do for the Fast franchise.
I got a big announcement tomorrow for the movies.
The movies. Can you believe we're still making references to that? Like 4 years later.
I mean, I'm sorry, that SNL skit about the Dune 2 buckets is stuck in
Oh
my
my
head.
God. Yes. Oh my God. Eric, have you watched? There's an SNL skit about the Dune popcorn bucket. You've got to watch it if you've not seen it. It's ridiculous. And
a lot of people on TikTok, because I watched like SNL post their skits.
Yeah.
A lot of people's like, I thought that bucket didn't exist, and then I found.
Yeah, it was already there. If I didn't have a free popcorn for my birthday, we was gonna get it. Like when we go this week to watch Lisa Frankenstein, we're getting that damn bucket. All right, I can't
I'm
wait.
so scared.
I mean,
of
I
it.
was gonna get it.
I know
way
you
before
were,
the sketch,
but it was like it's scary.
it's ridiculous. I love it.
Super Michael, the Mario Kirby fan.
Hey,
What's up, Michael? He says hello,
Michael?
and he says "Rockabye Baby" on the treetop.
Aw,
That is true, man.
thanks, Michael.
Michael.
Join us, Michael.
Michael.
Should I just weird Michael the Mario Mega Kirby?
No, don't
Source
weird him out.
64?
The rest, no, 26.
I forget.
The number was 26.
Zendaya is Michi.
To the Google machine, I go after this for the show for the SNL.
You're gonna love it, man. I just love the fact that they even made a skit about a popcorn
Yes.
bucket. Like they know their audience now, you know.
Well, I mean, I think ever since they made fun of the Nicole Kidman thing.
Yes, they've just been waiting
Yes.
for another thing to do. So the next headline, of course, just more of a heads up. There's going to be a lot of Super Bowl commercials. What? Well, I mean, like
per every year.
I mean, like movies. And I was just going to give everybody like a little list of the rumored, the speculated commercials, trailers that we're kind of expecting to be released during the big game this week. All right.
Mr.
Now,
Kringle.
they may drop earlier.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't even wait for the game anymore. So let's see, where is it? There was a list here. Okay. Trailers expected to release at the Super Bowl on Sunday. This is via Variety. Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
Wicked. Knuckles, the TV show Knuckles.
Yeah.
Which is a spinoff from Sonic 2.
Sonic
So
2.
it's same look and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadpool 3. Inside Out 2. A Quiet Place Day 1, which will be interesting. What? You don't want to watch that?
I don't know. The second one.
Well, this one sounds cool.
Okay.
Like, it's not about his fucking family and that piece of shit kid that he
Thank
had.
God.
Yeah. The boy that stole the oxygen from the baby.
Yes.
Like, just fucking asshole. Like, I'm sorry.
Wolverpool trailer. Eric says.
Pulverine. Hey, Poozer.
Wow. Here, I'll give it. There you go.
That's for nobody. Like, that's a Green Lantern reference, Maggie. Okay. Specifically Kilowog from the comics. Like, just to be clear, I'm not talking about the Michael Clark Duncan, like, Kilowog, okay? Also, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is possibly getting a trailer.
Excuse me.
And Deadline, however, says that they don't expect a Wicked trailer to be released, but instead expect to see a trailer for Twisters.
Oh, God.
The sequel to Twister.
Bill Paxton's not around.
Dude, I'll be honest. I think it's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, what? No. Just, no. How? No.
Twisters.
Like, now it's really personal. You know? Like, what is it? Like, how do you do a sequel to Twisters? Like, now? You know? Like, it'd be one thing if it was like 1998.
That would have made
and they got
more
Helen
sense back
Hunt
then.
and Bill Paxton back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we gotta track down more because we got. Oh, if we can get this new thing and we're in hurricanes or something.
We're going to name this thing not Dorothy. We're going to name it the Tin Man. Or
yeah, something. Yeah. But like now, like they just make a new movie.
Yeah. Guess what? There's technology now that can like detect that crap.
Yeah.
Like that.
Or just call it Twister. Like, don't even say it's a sequel. Say it's like a reimagining or something.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Bill Paxton, after we watched him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm just like,
yeah,
there's nobody like him.
Yeah. It's a Sino. Sequel in name only. All right. Sino.
Stupid.
Sino. Also from Variety, Warner Brothers, Sony, Netflix, and Amazon will reportedly not have trailers at the Super Bowl this year. So Warner Brothers, Sony, Netflix, and Amazon will reportedly not have trailers. Now, that means at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean they won't have commercials.
Anybody can release anything. Exactly.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do, everybody. Depending on what's released, we've talked this out. We don't have like an official plan. Well, I mean, we don't have like an official like schedule or anything for this. Depending on what releases, we're going to do a live stream on Sunday where we're going to talk about the commercials. Now, not like unless there's like a really good like individual commercial.
Yeah.
Might talk about those, but we're going to mainly be focusing on the trailers. We're not going to do like a straight up trailer reaction as far as like first time we're watching the trailer, we'll watch the trailer and stuff.
We will have already seen it.
Yeah. But we are going to have the trailer up and kind of go not frame by frame, but pieces at a time. Mainly we're trying to avoid getting like copyright
claimed.
Strike. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So definitely, when that Deadpool trailer drops, I'd say that'll be the go button for us.
Yeah.
To like hurry and get in here, so long as our kids are in a spot that we can do that. But yeah, so definitely be
Henry
ready.
says no.
Be ready to come hang out with us, and we're just gonna nerd out over all the cool new trailers. Like, you know, especially if there's like some really cool shit. Because remember, what was it, Multiverse of Madness, when that one dropped?
Yeah.
And I was fucking losing my goddamn mind. You know,
what was it? Whenever we was at the cabin for your birthday, what was it that came? It was because it's Super Bowl weekend. Also, was it? It was something Marvel related. Oh crap! What was it?
Was it Infinity War?
Maybe, I can't remember. Eric says no trailer news for Transformers 1 at the Super Bowl.
That's a big miss.
Yeah,
Because I mean, even Paramount is hosting it.
I mean,
CBS is hosting the Super Bowl, which is owned by Paramount. So you'd think they'd cash in on that.
They might.
They could. I bet we get a Sonic 3, like a bigger teaser than what we got, because that was just a logo reveal. I bet we get an actual something.
I just want to like Shadow talking.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. Dominic Toretto.
Look at this Glock.
My name's Jason Statham. Jason, honestly,
that'd be awful.
Jason Statham as Shadow the Hedgehog would kind of be perfect. Okay, like, let's be real. That would be amazing. All right.
So is Shadow going to tell Sonic
go fuck yourself, Sonic?
No, he's going to say,
it's a goddamn megalodon.
I am your father.
God.
I am your brother.
I'm pretty sure, Sonic fans, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure Shadow's a clone.
I think you're right.
I think like they got the quill.
Yeah.
And then he makes a clone, and that's Shadow. I think. I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. But I want to say it because he's a shadow. No, I mean...
I know. I know what you meant, though.
What was the trailer? I know that the trailer that I freaked out the most during the Super Bowl was when they shadow dropped Cloverfield Paradox. And I lost my fucking mind.
Lord.
Like, we were watching it, and all of a sudden, Clover from Cloverfield pops out. And it's like 10 years ago, blah, blah, blah.
First year of marriage, and he's just like freaking out. He's like, I have to go to work tomorrow. I can't watch it.
We were at my mom's, and they played that commercial, and it said on Netflix right after the big game. And I was like, Maggie, get up, we're going. We're leaving. Like, we're leaving. We are watching this. And then I watched it. And
by himself.
That's pretty much the end of the best of the story. It wasn't a great movie.
But yeah, he tells me I need to watch it.
Well, yeah, you need to know about the Cloverfield universe. Can't wait for Cloverfield 2. Anyway, so everybody, come hang out with us. Come hang out with us Sunday as we react to all of the cool.
Sunday.
Like, who cares about the Super Bowl?
Who cares about football?
Well, at least, how about this? I'm gonna make everybody a declaration right here. We're gonna wait till at least after the halftime show.
Yeah, I gotta dance to some Usher.
And then if we are actually invested at that point in the game, which could happen, probably won't, but it could, then we may just watch the game and just talk about the stuff on Monday. But more than
just
likely,
wanted to give you a heads up.
Yes. I forgot that Taylor Swift will be there, so I do want to see if she endorses Joe Biden.
Oh, Lord.
All right, everybody, let's get into the main topic. It's time for the main topic. Argylle.
The greater the spy, the greater the lie.
I can't believe that that's actually on the poster. Like, when I saved this image, I was pretty shocked that it was on there.
Yeah, and he's holding the cat. What the flip?
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go spoiler-free. We may go into spoilers. If we do, we will be sure and warn everybody.
Yes.
Have big spoilers on the TV, all that fun stuff. But we'll begin spoiler-free. So, as we said, Argylle came out this past weekend at the theaters. It is the new movie from Matthew Vaughn and Apple. Yeah, of all the things, not orange. Apple. That's a terrible joke.
Not carrot.
And that'll be removed from the clip out of this later. No.
Anyways.
So, Argylle. God, Maggie.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
No, you're fine.
I'm so tired. Oh.
Oh my God. All right, listen. Argylle came out, and I have not seen the Kingsman movies. However, I have seen Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class, and unfortunately I also saw Kick-Ass 2, which I don't think Matthew Vaughn directed. And so like I'm very aware of Matthew Vaughn as a director, producer, all those types of things, right?
Yeah.
Like I like what he makes. It tends to be a little more on the pretty high what's it called? Like carnage, physical carnage,
Yeah.
like he's lots of action,
Blood.
a little more high. No, what's the word? Like high, not highbrow. Like it's comedic, but like it's absurd. It's absurd.
Absurd.
Like a lot of his movies have just a hint of absurdity to them,
Yeah.
Like they're just enough based in reality that you don't feel like you're watching like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
But like they are extremely absurd. Like
Yes.
Kick-Ass, when Kick-Ass has the rocket launcher, like and the jetpack at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, and he flies to the top of the building.
Yes, that was bananas.
Very much not realistic,
Yeah.
right? Now, everything prior to that, not necessarily super realistic,
No.
but enough realistic that you could kind of go along with it as if this
Yeah.
could theoretically happen, right?
Yes.
Argylle is very interesting, okay? Like, Argylle interests me in ways that doesn't really concern the movie. Like, the movie itself, I'll just keep it at the movie itself for a second. The movie itself was fun. Like,
Yes.
I really had a fun time with Argylle.
No.
I wouldn't say it's like the best written thing I've ever seen,
No.
but lots of fun action. Like, it's a fun comedy action movie,
And there's fun twists.
Yeah. I mean, like, nothing that's like super world shattering or anything.
No.
Like,
Not an M. Night Shyamalan
Yeah.
twist that's gonna just break your brain.
yeah. But I mean, like, enough to be an espionage thriller,
Yeah.
But it's definitely, I mean, fuck, the main guy, the main, like, spy in the movie is Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Like, that should tell you everything you need to know about what this movie's going for.
That it's worth watching.
Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine if Mission Impossible was Sam Rockwell instead of Tom Cruise, and that's kind of what this is.
Yeah.
But there's also this like meta context about like this book that exists in this world,
Yes.
and like the book is actually like what's it called? Like seeing the future, essentially.
Yes.
Like very much talking about things that are happening in real life within the movie. So I mean, like, it's its own thing. And what? Everything okay?
I'm sorry. I just read a comment that Eric said about the Kingsman.
Oh,
He said Kingsman are good films to watch. Pedro Pascal is in one of them. Samuel L. Jackson and Julianne Moore.
ooh.
Well, you already sold me on Pedro Pascal. So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want us to watch them.
Okay.
I would have watched them over the weekend. We just ran out of time,
Yeah.
but we had to watch
We
Agents
were-
of Shield.
We're like, we're going to watch Kingsman. Then we
Yes.
get home, we're like, we're going to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, and it also like, he's very Matthew Vaughn is one of those people where it's like he can be. We try to be careful with Viv, just
Yeah.
visually with visuals, right?
Because she thinks it's real.
Yeah, and like we don't want to worry her, and like that's really the only thing. It's just
Yeah.
especially when it's like on the action side of stuff, like
Yeah.
and like Matthew Vaughn is great.
Yeah.
Obviously, he takes things to like an extreme sometimes, which
Yes.
is fun and I enjoy. But like obviously, our 3-year-old, like we just gotta be careful with
Yeah.
specifically that. Like we wouldn't watch The Boys in front of her,
No.
like
No, we made sure to like, hey, why don't you go into your little playhouse
Yeah.
and watch blah blah blah,
yeah, yeah. So all that being said, this movie is bizarre. Okay, like here's the thing. Here's the thing about Argylle. Okay, now the plot of the movie is that Bryce Dallas Howard's character is the author of Argylle, right? And so Argylle is Henry Cavill, right? So Henry Cavill is playing a fictional character of Argylle in this movie, and we only see him when they're talking about the book of Argylle written by Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
So the movie really follows the author of the book Argylle, not the character Argylle.
Yeah.
It would be like if they made Harry Potter and put the main character as the author of Harry Potter, the piece of shit J.K. Rowling, right? Like if the movie was about her, not about Harry Potter, right? Like that's basically what this is, which is already like meta enough, you know?
Yeah.
But then there's this whole other layer to this that's insane. Okay.
Should we put up spoilers already?
No.
You're unhooking the mic. That worries me.
We're not in spoilers yet. Okay. So here's the thing. I gotta have the mic for this. So there's a book about Argylle called Argylle
in the real life.
In our world, okay? In this reality, this Earth Zero that we're in, right? The Earth X, whatever the hell you want to call it. And this book is written by the person that Bryce Dallas Howard plays. Yeah. I can't think of her name. Ellie Conway.
Yeah.
Ellie Conway wrote in our world. I can go to Target.
You can go to Amazon also.
I can go to Amazon and order Argylle by Ellie Conway. Okay? This book is not the book
no.
that this movie is based on.
Yeah.
Because this movie is about the fifth book. The fifth book in the Argylle series, okay? And the book that came out is book number 1. All right? So, and here's the thing. Ellie Conway never published a book before Argylle.
Nope.
This is Ellie Conway's first book, and it was optioned and had a $200 million budget behind it.
And publication date of the book is this year.
Yeah, like January 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2024.
So even if Matthew Vaughn had got a transcript of this book back when this was first announced, back in like 2020, 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they put $200 million. Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm saying all this because that's the company line, okay? That is what they're saying is the facts behind this movie, okay? I don't believe them, obviously. I think that obviously that's not the case. I think that it's almost, I think they were gonna do like a very meta ARG style marketing campaign for this movie, is what I think that the original plan was to do. That they were really gonna build up this Ellie Conway character, like this author, like, you know, who's in seclusion and stuff, right? And like maybe there would be like some interviews and stuff that would happen, you know, all leading up to the book release of Argylle, which was supposed to happen last year. And then when you watch the movie and find out things like some twists and turns and stuff, that would have implications on our world, the real world's version of Ellie Conway, who again does not actually exist, in my opinion. I could be wrong. There are people out there trying to figure out who the real author is, okay? So the idea is now, the film theory is that Ellie Conway, fictional character, actually written by an actual author who wrote the book Argylle. And it's just a piece of marketing, almost like Scott Lang's book in Ant-Man Quantumania. where you can actually buy that book, and it says written by Scott Lang.
Yeah, and Scott Lang reads it to you
Yeah.
if you buy it on Audible.
Yeah, but obviously Scott Lang is a fictional character.
Yeah.
So it's like they're doing that, but they're trying to say Ellie Conway is a real person who Bryce Dallas Howard plays in this movie.
Yeah.
Not that Bryce Dallas Howard's Ellie Conway is real, but the person that she's playing is based off the real person of Ellie Conway. Okay.
It's based off of a fictional person.
Well, a real person is what they're
Yes.
trying to say, but she's playing like she's doing she's like, I love shit like this because it's so ridiculous, and trying to get all these little webs like untangled is just it's ridiculous and fun to me. So there's two big theories. One, and I think this is the dumbest. I almost put this on the thumbnail. One is that Taylor Swift wrote it. Okay, because apparently she has Argylle prints,
Yeah.
right?
She has cats.
She has a cat. She has the cat bag,
Yeah.
very prominently featured in all the marketing.
She has British short hairs.
Yeah,
That's the type of cat that is.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everybody's thing. I think that's a bunch of fucking shit. Like, why would Taylor Swift write a book? Like, I think that makes no sense. Now, the other theory, the one that I think is more likely, though still definitely not the case,
Yeah.
is that piece of shit J.K. Rowling was actually the author. Because allegedly, back in 2017, 2018, at, I think it was New York Comic Con. I could be wrong. Go check it out. Go look it up if you want to. I think Eric Voss broke it down a lot of this stuff. I think is where I saw it. May have also been just people on TikTok. So I don't know exactly. I've taken in a lot of things from a lot of people. Let's take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Yes. But apparently Matthew Vaughn, doing an interview or doing a panel at New York Comic Con, said that he had the idea of a movie or a book or whatever, of a story about J.K. Rowling, and that a wizard from the Harry Potter world, right, comes to talk to J.K. Rowling because everything she's saying is real, and she had just put a spell on herself to forget everything, but because it's like buried in her subconscious or whatever, that she's actually this big wizard, and like they need her to like save the world or whatever, right? And like that would be the story. And so the theory is that he met up with J.K. Rowling to talk this over, that she loved it, and then they wanted to do it, but Warner Brothers was probably not too keen on like doing a Matthew Vaughn Harry Potter related thing. So they kind of spun it a little bit to be more spy centric.
Yeah.
And so then the idea from there is that the reason that, you know, they really were pushing this book, you know, and this whole narrative about that is that J.K. Rowling was going to write the book under the name
Ellie
Conway. But then because shit happened with J.K. Rowling, obviously, and with the big C and all that stuff, that they decided to just forego all of that and not really lean into it. So they kind of abandoned the meta game, the ARG in our world, of, you know, Ellie Conway being an author, that turning out to be J.K. Rowling and stuff.
Yeah.
They just kind of abandoned all that, but they still had this book. And so they still released it just as basically a cash grab, because like, if you've already got it, why not? Right? Like if the movie does bangers and you've got this book, people will go buy the book, you get double the money for the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's the other theory. I personally don't think that that's the case. I would say that's close. I would say it's close, but I don't think J.K. Rowling has anything to do with this. I think J.K. Rowling, in my opinion, would probably not be down to not let her name be used.
Yeah.
You know, like if she actually put in the work. And like, not to be whatever, J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit. She is a piece of shit. But
I know she is. That's why I'm laughing every time you say it.
But you know, like this story doesn't really smell like J.K. Rowling. You know what I mean? It does not feel like a J.K. Rowling story. Granted, I only know her from the Harry Potter movies. I've never even read one of her books. It just tonally, like thematically, like it just none of this feels like Harry Potter. And I'm not saying every book has to feel like but like a Stephen King book is a Stephen King book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a J.J. Abrams movie is a J.J. Abrams movie. A Jeff Johns comic is a Jeff Johns comic. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like authors have a certain feel, and this feels. This would be. It's like if you said that Steven Spielberg did Saving Private Ryan and Inglourious Bastards, right? Like I mean, maybe, but probably not, right? Like they just feel very different from each other. Not saying he couldn't do it, but it's just very, very, very stylistically different, right?
Yeah.
So, my opinion is that that's probably the closest to accurate, except it's not. I don't think it's any famous author. And I think what really pushed things was the strike. I think the strike screwed up a lot of stuff as far as being able to promote things. I mean, we saw it with Trolls. NSYNC barely got to do anything for Trolls 3.
Yeah.
I think that, the strike really hindered what they were going to go with for the ARG. And I would say also the money they didn't expect to really succeed. Maybe they started seeing the dailies or whatever. Or just the budget was ballooning or whatever the case may be. But they realized this movie's probably not going to be the huge franchise that it needs to be to make back the $500 million that we spent, right? Like, it would need to make $1 billion to be considered a success, okay? Like, as much as I enjoy the movie, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
So, I think that basically they just abandoned that idea.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Would that have been... I don't think that would have made the movie any better. I think it would have been a cool piece of marketing, just like how like the Slusho website or the Tagrato Industries, like you could see the oil rig like sinking before Cloverfield and stuff. Like, I love shit like that, but I don't think this would have made the movie any better.
Yeah.
But all that being said, none of that fucking matters because the movie kicks ass. Like, the movie is legitimately fun. It's ridiculous. Like, the movie is supposed to be absurd.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Like, I don't know if people were expecting like Mission Impossible or like M. Night Shyamalan, or I don't know what people were expecting. But to me, this movie exceeds at what it says it's going to do. Like, it's
got good fighting in it too.
Look at his fucking hair. Like, this movie is not a serious movie. It's not a serious movie, and that's fun. That's good. It doesn't have to be, but like, look at him. This isn't serious. So I don't know why people are getting so mad. It's like it's not like a straight up parody. Like, it's not like Austin Powers. But it's an absurd action film in the style of something like True Lies or Last Action Hero or something. Yeah. Like, if the movie in Last Action Hero was the movie Last Action Hero instead of the boy going into that movie, if that was the movie, this would be like that movie. Like, it's just a super over the top, funny action absurd movie, and I loved it. I mean, honestly, I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 5. Like, I had a lot of fun with it, and I'll probably watch it again one day. I'm not like dying to go out, but if they announced a sequel, I mean, I'd go watch it, And there is some things that we're going to say in spoilers which do make me feel a little more open to the future of Argylle, whatever that might be, if not a bit more confused about the future of Argylle. But, I'm definitely, I had a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. I loved it. And I was kind of shocked to see how many people were in the theater with us. I mean, some of the twists are pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And like, I think one of the last...
part of the absurdity.
Yeah. But one of the last ones, like, I think me and Matt had, already figured it out in our brains, but we hadn't said anything to each other, but we pretty much...
Yeah.
We knew. And a girl, like, 2 seats up for us, she goes, what?
I tried so hard not to laugh at her, but I couldn't help it.
I was like, girl,
which I
it's
think
right there.
I think she was being funny. I think she was doing it over the top.
I don't know, man. It sounded genuine to me.
I don't know, because when we did the Nicole Kidman speech at the beginning, like they laughed. So I feel like they're in on some stuff. You know what I mean?
And they laughed at a lot of the stuff that we were laughing at, which made me. I was like, thank goodness somebody understands.
Yeah. Like the movie is in on the joke.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like the whole time it's like winking at you, like, hey, this is ridiculous, right? Like it never goes as far as to like break the fourth wall and do that or anything. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, there's one scene, and I can't really give too much about it, but it involves smoke.
Smoke bombs.
Yes, just a lot of smoke bombs in different colors. And I laughed so hard in that scene.
And skating. That's all I'm going to say.
And I mean, yeah.
Those are the most absurd scenes.
Dude, okay, like at any point, if you're watching this movie and you're like, I don't get what it's going for, if you make it to the skate scene and you still don't know what movie
you're not laughing,
like
something
you've missed the plot.
You've missed
it. This movie is absurd. It's like a fucking basketballs or something, right? You know, like,
oh god.
I mean, it's much better than that, obviously, but like it's that, like it is an absurd. It knows it's an absurd movie. It's not trying to not be an absurd movie. I do feel like they missed out on one great opportunity for the end of the movie that they didn't do, and I feel like they really should have, and that would have been perfect, but they didn't. But we'll talk about that in spoilers. So speaking of spoilers, Maggie, anything else you want to say before we get into spoilers?
No.
Okay, well wait, before you do that, would you recommend people go watch Argylle?
Yes, I would recommend it, especially if you are already a big fan of Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah.
I think people that are very much into spa movies would like this. I think if they could just, not go into thinking that it's going to be a very serious type of movie.
Yeah.
Because I could see my dad liking this.
Yeah.
I could see him still getting confused about some parts, but that my dad would enjoy this because he always liked the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah. Which
I know, and I know that's far.
Yeah.
Far cry from this.
For sure. And I will say this movie, it didn't hit the levels of like visual, like, oh my God, like something like Kick-Ass did. Mm-hmm. Or what I've heard Kingsman kind of gets into that realm a little bit. But this movie, unless I'm forgetting something, you tell me. Like, I feel like it doesn't really get on like the gory side of things. Like,
no,
there might be like one or two little things, but I feel like the majority of it's pretty.
It's martial arts and stuff. Yeah.
It's almost like John Wick. Like the action stuff is very much styled after John Wick.
Yeah.
But then, like, as the movie goes on, it gets more and more amped up to absurdity. I just don't really remember anything like.
I'm trying not to get Argylle and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mixed up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very similar.
Because those last few episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that we watched yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Whenever that
whenever it was pretty gory.
Yeah.
So.
I want to say that there's definitely not anything so visually big that I remember.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there may be, like, I don't remember anybody getting, like, shot in the head and, like, we see their brains or anything.
No.
I don't really remember, like, a substantial amount of blood. Like, I was almost curious if this movie was only PG-13. Because it felt like they really dialed back. Like, it could have been really gory.
Yeah.
And, like, it wasn't. So I didn't know if maybe they dialed it back to try and reach a bigger audience or something.
I bet they did.
But I don't know. I think it's still rated R. I could be wrong.
We'll see. Just trying to think of the one cuss word they can only say once in a PG-13. But I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I would definitely recommend checking it out. If anything that we've said sounds fun to you, then yeah, go check it out.
It is rated PG-13.
It's rated PG-13.
It's because they said frick
Yeah.
one time.
Okay.
You're allowed one, and
So it's definitely dialed
Yeah.
back.
yes.
So for PG-13, I almost wonder if
And
they
it-
would have let it be an R-rated movie if it would have made more.
I bet so.
Because it did feel a little sanitized. Just a little. Not too much, but just a little.
It says, in a nutshell, to describe this movie: slick, thrilling, and hilarious.
Who the hell said that?
I don't know. That's what it said on
Argylle.
wherever I looked up it on Google.
So now we're going to get into spoilers. I see Eric says to give him a signal when it's over.
Dude.
We will. So no worries. All right, everybody. So this is spoilers if you don't want to know anything about Argylle. And I would say it is worth not knowing.
Yes.
But I also don't think it's going to ruin the movie for you.
No.
So here we go. Spoilers. I can't believe Argylle was dead the whole time. Can't believe it.
Man, it was so sad.
So, okay. The marketing of this movie, like the meta marketing, kind of gives away the ball game.
Yeah.
Like, but it didn't actually get there. So it's like they gave it away and then they were like, oh, I mean, no, not really though. Because
I take
like
it back.
the whole thing with like piece of shit J.K. Rowling, where it's like, oh, she put a spell on herself to forget. Like that is the story of this. Like spoilers, obviously. But Ellie Conrad.
Conway.
Conway?
No,
Or
it's her
E-
agent. She was Rachel Kyle. R. Kyle.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Argylle. So she is Argylle.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the twist.
Yeah.
Right. Which I feel like it's kind of obvious. Kind of. But like in the trailers, they tried to make a big deal of like, who is the real Argylle? And it's like, oh, it's you. And like even in the movie, like that when they say that, like he's like, now it's time to meet the real Argylle yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're Argylle. Like, I mean, it's not a big like reveal. Like, I mean, it is, but not like how they play it up in the trailer. Like, it's not like Henry Cavill walks out or anything.
No.
And it becomes more and more apparent that that's what's going on as you're watching the movie. I mean, before you get there, you know that that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And so, what's fun is you're seeing the book version of Argylle. So Henry Cavill and John Cena.
Yes, John Cena. God.
And they're playing the Bryce Dallas Howard and
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell characters. And so they're love interests in the movie, which is pretty obvious from the get-go. And so like at the end of the movie, they are like riding off in a boat and like they kiss.
That's the end of but then it shows the end of the book though.
Yeah, which is the end of this movie. Like it goes back into the book and shows Henry Cavill and John Cena riding off on the boat together.
Yeah.
And like they don't kiss. And like
I told Matt, I said they could have at least held hands.
Like I really feel like that should have been in the movie. Like
yeah.
I there's got to be a take of that somewhere.
Yeah, and
cuz like why not? I mean, why not?
And
like,
then the part that I mean, aside from the post credit scene, when Henry Cavill shows up in the book, the reading part with a mullet, and he's like, "Hey, we need to talk." And we're just like looking at each other like, what? And then it's just Sam Rockwell holding the cat.
He sneezes.
And he sneezes and it just cuts off. And I'm like, that's great.
So, okay. So this ending is so, like, it's so confusing because, like, the ending, if the ending was the ending on its own, no post-credit scenes, I would be more accepting of it because it's just an absurdity thing. It's like the Back to the Future, the DeLorean flying off at the end of the first one. It wasn't actually to set up anything. It was more just one
we're
final.
Cutting it, guys.
Yeah, like this is it.
Zemeckis said enough.
Yeah, like here's the final twist for this movie. Henry Cavill is real and his name is Argylle.
Aubrey Argylle.
Yeah. And like, and then that's it, right?
Yeah.
And so you're supposed to be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And like, and that's how it was. And then they show the mid-credits scene, which that's the only it's the only post-credits style thing. And it cuts back to the 80s.
Yes.
And this kid is walking into
a pub
called the King's Man. And it has the Kingsman symbol.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, there was a prequel called The Kingsman. And he walks in, orders something with a twist or whatever, and then he gives him a gun. The bartender gives him a gun and says, you must be in a lot of danger if they
trouble, darling.
Me. Yeah. And he says, what's your name? And he says, my name's
Aubrey Argylle.
Yeah. And then it pulls out and it says Argylle
Book One,
the movie. Coming soon,
yes.
Right? And so, and that is apparently what the book Argylle that came out is.
Yeah. Yes, I think. I didn't really say in the description.
Well,
on Amazon
I listened to a little thing from Matthew Vaughn.
Oh,
since me and you watched the movie.
Oh, okay.
And so that's book one, and he said that he wants to adapt book one next. So,
well, that's the one that has Russians and Nazis in it.
So
I'm not joking. That's what
he's
people
also
said in it.
He was also still playing the fact that this is based off of the fifth book in the series Argylle. Okay, like, which is not real. Like, just to be completely clear, none of this is real.
This is going to be hilarious.
There is a real book. There is a real book called Argylle, but it was made as a movie tie-in.
Yes.
But now that book is being... See what I mean? It's so ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. But I love it. And he said, and I haven't told you this yet, I wanted to save it for the show.
Oh.
So he said, because my thing was like, okay, so what the fuck does this have to do with the Kingsman? Right? Because, I mean, that's the Kingsman pub. We've not watched any of the Kingsman, so I don't know if there's a pub. But, like, obviously it's the symbol, it's the name. Is it just a reference, which is what you thought it could be? Yeah. Just a reference, just an Easter egg. And I was thinking maybe it was more tied into it somehow, which again, not seeing the Kingsman, so it's kind of hard to know for certain if that's the case, right? And so he said that essentially in his mind, Mauve, which is the production company, Ilme RV.
And I sat there every time I saw it, Mauve.
Mauve?
What are you doing, Mauve?
That Marv is in his head, okay? Every movie in Marv comes from his head. Mm-hmm. And so that means that they are all in a shared universe because they all come from his head. And so they all share his brain, right?
Yeah.
And so he said, now I will say that in my mind, as we're making Argylle, this is Matthew Vaughn talking, I do see the Kingsman over here and Argylle over here, and perhaps something in the middle.
Kick-ass.
Between the two. No, that kind of bridges the two.
Bridges the two. I know.
And so that's, he said, now, will we get to do that? I don't know. But in my basically his inner continuity. Yeah. Like, what's it called? Like a personal continuity? I forget what that's called. Headcanon. In my head canon,
there you go.
They're all a part of the same Marv universe, including Kick-Ass. Even though Kick-Ass is an adaptation of a book written by that dude. Is it Grant Morrison? No. Mark Waid? No. Mark Millar. That's his name. He did Kick-Ass. He's done other stuff too. So, like, I don't know exactly how that would work because it's, like Mark Millar created that book, and that's not necessarily, like, a way for Matthew Vaughn to say that it's part of his. But I digress. Doesn't matter. He's saying that everything that's Marv is a part of the same shared universe because it all comes from his brain.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, he's looking at it more like how Kevin Smith views this universe, where it's like, Mallrats and Clerks are in the same universe.
Yeah.
Does it matter? Not really. Not until Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, right? It doesn't really matter that any
Yeah.
of this shit exists in the same universe. So now that being said, okay, here's the thing.
Oh,
That
boy.
being said, because here's where it gets fucking confusing, okay? I know I've been okay for a few
Subtle.
minutes. Not subtle. I've been subdued for a few minutes.
Okay.
But if Argylle is tied in with the Kingsman,
Yeah.
okay, is it Argylle from the books, Argylle, or Argylle R. Kyle, who wrote the books? Like, in which world is the Kingsman the reality? Does that make sense? Like, is the Kingsman a part of the book franchise Argylle, or is the Kingsman a part of the universe that the book was written in? You know what I mean? Like, okay, here we go. I'm going to make this as easy as possible. I'm going to make it as easy as possible.
What is spice?
If the Kingsman met the Kingsman, if they met Argylle,
Yeah.
would it be Henry Cavill or would it be Bryce Dallas Howard? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know which one, because here's the thing: if the Kingsman would meet Henry Cavill, then that means that Kelly Conrad or Conway or
Kelly Conway.
that's what it is. That would mean that she is possibly the author of the Kingsman, and that any kind of continuity errors could be based on her being not a great writer. Does that make sense?
My head hurts. I'm about to glitch
But,
out like Katy Perry.
Like, you get what I mean?
Yes.
It makes no fucking sense, is what I'm trying to say.
It does not, and that's why my head hurts now.
Like, again, the book, all that, but Henry Cavill still exists, and he's in the world that Bryce Dallas Howard is in, and his name is Argylle, but he's not. He plays Argylle in the book world, but he is a real person. But he's not the young boy that we see that's Argylle, because that's book one universe. So even though he grows up to look like Henry Cavill, he's not the Henry Cavill Argylle that meets Bryce Dallas Howard. Oh my fucking god. This movie should not be this complicated. Like, they had no idea what they were doing when they were like, yeah, we can make like a fun little book. You know, we do like a fun little book thing, you know? We act like, hey, it's a book. They had no idea what they were getting themselves into. The fucking web of lies that they have created. All right? They had no idea. And I'll be honest, this has me excited. All right? I haven't been this excited for something that I care so little about since Fast and Furious 4 took place before Tokyo Drift, okay? Like, that's when I found out,
worst decision ever.
When I found out Fast and Furious had a timeline, like, I was like, well, fuck, I gotta watch these movies now, you know? Because Han is still in the fourth one, even though he died in the third one, because the third one takes place after the fourth one. So,
what?
That's where we are.
What time is?
That's where we are with Argylle, and I'll be honest, all of this kind of makes me love the movie more, like, because it's so needlessly complicated.
Yeah,
you know, like, there's no reason it needs to be this complicated, but like, that makes me laugh. So I kind of love it.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
Argylles. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I can't talk. My brain's broke.
So no additional thoughts about Argylle, Henry Cavill.
I thought Ellie Conway, how Bryce Dallas Howard got to play the anxious, like just shell of a person.
Yeah.
Like just so acting like they're so weak and stuff. And then she finds out she is a spy. Like,
dude, she did so good.
I just thought she was adorable before she found out all that.
Yeah.
I was like, she's like the most adorable person right now. I love it.
I liked that when she did remember everything, she didn't lose that part of her, though.
No.
Like, that personality still remained.
Yeah.
It's almost like they merged, you know? And I really like that.
And I like the fact that she still cared about her cat.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that wasn't just a fluke. Like,
and like, she did great, honestly. And like the skating on the oil thing, like, bro, anybody watching this movie that gets to that,
oh yeah,
like,
everybody, like,
you have to realize what movie you're watching. You know,
that really like this movie that commented on the thing I was reading. They said, "Listen, you get to that ice skating, the oil skating part." It's game over, guys.
Like, that's it. That's the movie, you know? Like, in the
Whirly
whole
bird.
The
fact that the background music towards the end, you hear them like a choir or something say "Whirly bird,"
and I was so glad they didn't kill off Sam Rockwell.
Oh,
I was expecting it at the end where she was taking over. I was like, she's gonna fucking bash his brain in.
Also,
and it's gonna suck.
I want to know how many takes they did with Samuel L. Jackson when they was downloading those files.
He's clapping to the Knicks game.
To
the one shot that
to
they
the
just
Lakers
showed
game.
8 times.
But like, no. I meant when it shows it downloading, you know, he's like, yeah. And then like when they turn it off, he goes, "Damn it." They're son of a bitch, you know.
It was silly. He was just sitting there.
Yeah. He's just biding his time, man.
But I mean, he did that like 5 times, but it was the same shot. Like, it was like he had 3 minutes left before it was time for him to like go shoot Secret Invasion or something. And they're like, just clap. And he's like, okay. All right. I guess that's all we got.
And when that turns red, you need to say cuss word or something.
That was ridiculous. But I did like what they did with Catherine Hahn. Right, Catherine Hahn's right?
Catherine
O'Hara, sorry. God. Sorry.
Are you okay?
And
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, Zordon, yeah. I will say I did like that reveal.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't hit as hard as like Michael Keaton in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? Even though that's basically what they were doing.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like, I did like that.
Yeah.
I liked that idea. And I you know, at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun, and like, I can't fault the movie for that. And like, if there's any kind of breaks in logic or whatever, I just chalk it up to it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah. Like,
the movie, you're not supposed to take this seriously. You know, it's absurd for a reason. And like, if the logic doesn't hold up, that's because it's absurd for a reason, you know? Like, you tell me this fucking little teenage fuck with a metal skeleton can now be a superhero? Kick ass.
Oh, yeah.
And that logic makes sense. Like, come the fuck on, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway. A baby girl! When Nicolas Cage is on fire.
Baby girl!
It's fucked up, man. All right, are we done?
Yes.
All right, let's get into the next segment. Eric.
You're safe.
You're safe, Eric.
You're safe, Eric.
Come on back.
Come on.
All right, everybody. Argylle. After you watch Argylle, you need to come back and watch our spoilers because it got ridiculous, okay?
My head hurts. I need to take some Excedrin.
Like, obviously wait until you watch the movie, but then come back because it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I lost it a lot. It was great. All right, Maggie. So now it's time
It's
to
time.
rank spring 2024. That's right, everybody. We are kicking off the next season
Yeehaw.
of our ranking. Currently, the ranking is nothing.
Nothing.
So, Maggie, we have to add Argylle to the list.
Yeah.
Where would you put Argylle on the spring ranking 2024?
Number 1.
I agree. All right, everybody. Your new number 1, Argylle. Current ranking for spring 2024 at number 1, Argylle. All right.
That's all we got, folks.
Next time on the Hopefully Awesome Show, we will be back, everybody, on probably on Sunday, talking about Super Bowl trailers. We'll all be just nerding out and everything. That won't be considered an episode of the Hopefully Awesome Show, but it'll just be a live stream. So definitely come hang out with us as we watch like the Deadpool trailer, hopefully, and maybe some other stuff. Dude, if Planet of the Apes, like if it reveals like Blue Eyes, or I can't think of his name, but Charlton Heston's character, if it reveals that he's in it, I'm gonna fucking die, dude.
It's Charles
Hamilton. Anyway,
this is character and
if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get your name on every episode just like those fine folks did. You can also get exclusive content like our monthly movie commentary and our exclusive series, Matt plus Maggie. We will be back again tomorrow night with Going Back to Smallville, Season 4, Episode 19?
I believe
18?
so.
18 or 19. Spirit. It's the prom episode, everybody.
Prom.
And we will also be back again on Wednesday with Super Nice Playback, where we will check out some more VHS tapes. Still got a whole bunch.
I know.
So, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for us. Next week on the Hopefully Awesome Show, 1 week from tonight, we will be talking about Lisa Frankenstein. And
Heck yeah.
will it be better than Argylle?
I
bet it
kinda
is.
hope it
I bet
does.
I bet we rank it higher than Argylle, which again we really liked. Really liked Argylle. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this live stream. Thank you for being a part of Hopefully Awesome. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Thanks for watching. And as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.